Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Tay.
Welcome to the Sam and Tay's Fantasy Football Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, from Thanksgiving break. Tay, how was your Thanksgiving break? Or how was your Thanksgiving week? I'm sorry, holiday. It wasn't really a break. How was your Thanksgiving holiday?
Yeah, I mean, we're not in school anymore, so I guess we can't call it a break.
Exactly.
It was good. A lot of turkey. There's no more turkey left, but we pretty much devoured it all. But got tired of turkey like after day 5, I think, or day 4, whatever it was. So
Yeah.
At least we're kind of back to real food now.
Yep, and then do it all over again for Christmas. Turkey again.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see now.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to do turkey for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'd rather do like prime rib.
Well, that was definitely an interesting week for our fantasy league here. Lots of unsure about that 8th spot. All Ving had to do, if we look at the standings here, all Ving had to do was just win and he's in. We'll talk more about his matchup, but unfortunately for Ving, he lost and Knoxville won his match and Knoxville.
Yeah, he was the only one that won actually. Because if Don would have won, he would have been in too as well. Because Don had more points than him as well, but Don couldn't win either. So it was all based on that too. So I mean, Don had the better chance of better than Sagi coming in, but Sagi he won. Basically, that's what it is. He just won, and that was flat out the guy that made it in. Basically, I mean, he didn't need to worry about points at that point. So.
Yep. So let's before we take a look at the playoff spot, let's go ahead and look at our final season standings here. Terry, obviously number 1 spot still. Hong, number 2, and Scott 3, and we go down that list, and it seems like Chris and I and Jeff, mostly came in the last bottom 3 all season. That didn't change. Yeah, exactly. Stayed there, and congratulations to all the playoff teams, including yours, Tay. You're definitely in the playoffs there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And when you look at the standings too, I mean, remember we talked about beginning of the year. Honestly, and we look back at them, I know we jinxed them, whatever from the get-go, but the 2 teams we probably talked the most shit about, and like we said, being one that was auto-drafted and the other one has 5 running backs or whatever throughout the season, they didn't make the playoffs. So we were right in that extent, right? I mean, because we said, those 2 teams, they needed a lot of help, and like we said, they didn't make the playoffs because of that. I don't know if it's because of that reason, but
Yeah, I mean, you would hate to say that auto draft was that reason. You don't want to say auto draft. I mean, it definitely sucks that you couldn't be there to draft, your own team. But he did the best of it. Shoot, I mean, he barely missed the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and he barely made it because there's 8 people that make it, but he came down to losing 6 in a row. I mean,
6 in a row. That's what I was just gonna point out. Yeah, 6 in a row.
Yeah, he had a chance to clinch it like a long time ago, but the guy just kept dropping games, man. He kept dropping every week. So.
Yeah, even though he put up, I mean, we'll talk about his game later on, but yeah, he did put up a lot of points this week, but not enough.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the first matchup. Who basically we had nothing to play for. Me against Chris here. We had nothing to play for. I had a slight chance of making the playoffs, but I needed huge points. Like you were telling Tay last week, I would need like 400 some points.
Oh yeah, and Peyton Manning is probably like his worst outing of all year. I mean, he didn't need a pass in this game. I mean, they were winning. Their defense was playing good, and he was just hard. I mean,
like at the beginning of the game, the announcers were talking about the weather in Kansas City, cold, windy. That's the kind of weather that you would like Peyton Manning to play against if you were the the other team.
Absolutely.
And I wasn't hoping that was going to be true, but I think it's true. I mean, time history. If we look at history, Peyton Manning doesn't do so well in bad weather.
He doesn't. I mean, that's true. Him and same thing with, in a way, same thing with Drew Brees. They're dome quarterbacks. I mean, they're any quarterback. I think they're good passing quarterbacks. I think maybe it's just harder to grip the ball, whatever it is. It's just weather just makes. They're not used to playing in that weather, I guess, for some reason. They're not acclimated because they're both, they came from dome teams, so they're used to playing in that dome weather.
Yep. And Alex Smith, I think, still haven't thrown a touchdown to a receiver yet. So that's still true. So yeah. None of the Chiefs receiver has caught a touchdown yet.
Yeah, none of them. I know it's sad. I mean, but I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy. But hey, look, there's a Torrey Smith sighting. And I had him all year. I don't think he ever got double digits points for me. Well, maybe once. But Torrey Smith sighting, I thought that was going to do it for me, too. I thought, man, with Torrey Smith blowing up and then waiting on Peyton Manning to blow up, T.Y. Hilton did fair, and, nothing, and Chris, Alshon Jeffrey from the Thanksgiving game, had a good game. Besides, we didn't have anything to play for. We didn't do that well, but yeah, Chris came in last season, and he's in last again this season. So
well, I think that's probably what he had to play for, is to try to get out of the cellar and
try to make me the cellar.
Yeah, he tried to make you the cellar, but he had to score a lot more points, though. I mean, that was the only problem, is he had to score like 200 points probably. I mean, I don't know what your leads was in. Actually, he had to score like 35 more points.
35 more points,
top,
yeah.
So,
he would have had me.
That's what he just needed, and he tried. So I guess he has something to play for.
To
get out of the bottom and put you in the bottom. But
well, next year, Chris. Hopefully you won't come in last next year too. But yeah, that this match wasn't that great. Nothing to play for. But let's go on to the next matchup. Real close match. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a really close match. Kevin versus Hong here. Hong finished up strong towards the end there.
He said screw our jinx, and he kind of just took a hold of that. And he's feeling it right
now. He took third last season. Coming up strong now. Totally destroyed Kevin. What did Kevin have to play for? Higher
placement? I don't know. Higher place, higher seeding. I mean, it doesn't matter. Everybody plays somebody in the first round, so there's no first round bye. There's nothing. So there's really nothing to play for at this point. It's to not match up whoever you don't want to play in the first round, I guess. So that's pretty much it. That's all I can really see for.
Yeah, let's take a look here. There is a Matt Ryan sighting right there. 26 points. Wow.
He had a home game. He played at home, that's why, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, but
he goes to Green Bay next week, so we'll see how he does next Green Bay.
Hey, that's true. That's expert advice right there, Hong. Listen to say Matt Ryan away at Green Bay.
Well, and at least Hong's got Phillip Rivers on his bench, so if he has to, it might be a shootout with New England next week, so maybe he can start Phillip Rivers next week.
Yep. And man, look at C.J. Anderson, dude. He's coming up big for Denver right now. What was he? What's the story with him? Undrafted rookie, right?
Yeah. He looks good. He's a good runner. He's always been a good runner, I think, and he's good in the backfield as far as catching the ball and stuff too. And then he's the only healthy back. I mean, they only have him and I guess a rookie. Jawan Thompson's a rookie, and then everybody else is hurt. And I don't know if they're even back in the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be all C.J. Anderson as much as he can carry the load. And as long as they're winning, they'll give him the ball. And but if they're not, of course, it's all Peyton Manning at that point.
Yeah, of course. And then Hong with that St. Louis defense against the Raiders.
Man, perfect defense play this week, man. That's crazy. I mean, the Raiders suck, dude.
Yep. His defense scored more than all his players. Look at that. More than C.J. Anderson, dude. That's crazy.
So if Jacksonville was playing Oakland, which defense would you rather have?
Oh my God! Depends on where. I guess depends on where. You know what I mean? I would have to go with the home team again. On that one.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, Jacksonville looks a lot better. Oakland just looks. I don't know. Oakland they look bad. I mean, they don't look like a very good.
God, you know, and I want to cheer for Derek Carr because he's from Fresno, but man, he's
Yeah.
making it hard for me, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
And did he get benched in that game or he got hurt? One of the two.
No, he got benched later on. You know,
Yeah,
it wasn't like he was hurt. I mean, there's not a quarterback controversy, you know, but because what's his name came in, right? The old quarterback for Houston came in.
Yeah, Matt Schaub came in.
Matt Schaub, right? And I think he threw I don't think he threw did he throw a pick six right away? I don't know.
I think he didn't look good either, so it didn't matter.
horrible. But no, look at Kevin's team going to the playoff. Hopefully Kevin can bounce back from this because 98 points in the playoffs won't get him much here. You know, in the playoffs you can't win with under 100 points. I don't think so. There's teams are strong. You know. Teams are strong.
Like you said, he's got Cutler too. I mean, let's see. You say is Cutler going to carry him? We'll see. I mean, Cutler, he had an okay game, but wasn't like blowout game like Matt Ryan did. So I mean, we'll see what he does. I mean, Johnny Football is coming out, so possibly. So we'll see. I mean, he can pair them up with Gordon. He's got Gordon, and maybe he can pick up Manziel and go from there. I mean, we'll see what. I'm kind of curious to see what Kevin does. Maybe he does the two combo.
If Manziel is QB,
if he starts, yeah.
If he starts, I think Josh Gordon numbers will go down because.
You think so?
Honestly, I think Manziel is like a younger Vic or a younger Kaepernick, where like you look at one receiver and it's not open, you tuck it and run.
Well, yeah, and I agree, but the thing is, I think the
one
receiver he's going to look at is Gordon. You know what I mean? Like I think if he's open, he's going to launch it. If not, because that's the thing with if you ever watch the tape from college, Mike Evans, when he played with them there, he bailed him out on so many fast plays because he would just throw it up because Mike Evans is like 6'5" and can get it.
I am almost sure the coaching staff would be like, do not throw it up like that. This isn't college. This isn't college.
Josh Gordon is a pretty tall, physical receiver. He could just be like, I'm just going to throw it up. I'm just going to have him go get it.
No, if it was Calvin Johnson receiving that, I say, sure, throw it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think you could just throw it up in the air like he did in Texas.
But if you remember, though, he can throw it I think he can throw it deep, though, to Gordon, because I don't know if you remember when Tebow came in, too, when he came in the cut, like he at least Manziel had a little bit better form than Tebow does throwing the football, but when Tebow came in, Demaryius Thomas still was a decent receiver. Like, I don't remember him blowing up against when he came in and they played New England that game. Demaryius Thomas still looked like Demaryius Thomas. I mean, and that was with Tebow playing quarterback, you know what I mean? So, but like you said, they focus on a receiver, and like I said, I think receiver may be Gordon. I mean,
could be
if he's not open. So at least I think Gordon's numbers would be okay, just because I think he's gonna. If Gordon's there, he'll throw it. If not, like you said, he's gonna run. So I think every other receiver, he's not gonna check down. He's not that check down kind of quarterback, So
it would be interesting to see who picks up Manziel in what waiver order. You know what I mean? So. So we'll have to see how that goes. But hopefully, Kevin Taines will do better in the playoffs, because 100 points just won't cut it.
Yeah, because he got smoked.
Yep. Let's go to, I guess this other matchup didn't have any playoff implication to Jeff and Sin. Did Sin have a chance of making the playoffs?
He did. He had a slight chance. He needed to score a lot of points and have other people above him lose as well, too. So he had a slight chance. He had a better chance than you.
With his record, because I ended up with more points than Sin.
With his record, but he, with his record, he had a better chance, but he needed points to beat out the other three that was ahead of him. So.
Yeah, Sin needed a win and lots and lots of points. But Jeff was the champion last year, and he no repeat this year. Good quarterback showing by both teams here. And
DeAndre Hopkins, man, 50 points almost for that guy. I mean, that guy blew it up for Jeff. That was pretty much after that, I think Sin was done. His day was done.
Yeah, 238 yards. Jeez. Who's this against? Tennessee? Oh, my goodness, man. If you have the defense playing against Tennessee or Raiders, start them. Start those defenses.
Yeah, they're probably the two pretty bad defenses in the league. So.
This besides the QBs, Hopkins, Nothing much really going on here. Yeah, this matchup was just as bad as my matchup with Chris. Nothing really going on, and
Yeah.
yeah, this is not worth talking about. Let's go on to the next matchup here. Danny versus Don.
Yeah. It was a close one. I mean,
Close.
Don, Don, it came out on Monday Night Football. I think Don had a chance. He had a couple, he had like 3 players going on Monday night. You know, he had Macklin, Jeremy Macklin come in. Then he had, not Macklin, sorry, he had Harvin playing. He had Miami defense, and he had Chris Ivory, right? So he had those 3 going in, and he had a decent chance. I think he was only like 25 points back or something like that, or 30-some points back, and he lost by 5 points. So
yeah, and Graham didn't do nothing for him.
I know that hurt him a lot. That really was probably the killer of all.
The thing is, he wasn't even targeted once.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if the defense just double teamed them all the time or what.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's just amazing. I mean, I can't see him getting shut out like that. You know what I mean? Because that's just amazing not to even be able to throw to him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Close match. Julio Jones blew up.
Yeah, and tough thing is Don had a couple bench players that he could have probably put in that I don't, you know what I mean? Like I think he couldn't decide from his running backs, and Lou did well, and Riddick actually did well too. I think that it's tough as his flex position. Even I think Riddick might have given him a chance to win if you would have plugged in Riddick instead of Harvin. So I mean it was tough. It was a tough choice, and I think he had all these. Basically, he had crappy running backs to choose from. You know what I mean? So I mean, he was just. Flipping a coin, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, I think Sankey only got 1 touchdown all year. So
I know. That's what I said. It would have been tough to start him. I almost would have been started like one of the guys that catch balls. Riddick or Helu. You know what I mean? Just someone that. But Sankey just, I don't know. He's just not. And I think once they're back, they're losing so much. Tennessee stops running the ball anyway. So and Sankey, they don't have Sankey in the passing downs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at that point, they yank Sankey out and they don't run the ball anymore.
Yep.
So Tennessee's just not a good team.
Yeah, and like you said, if Don would have won, he would have been in.
Yeah, he would have been in.
He would have beat out Knoxville for that 8th spot.
Oh yeah. And man, Jimmy Graham, that's kind of come back to haunt him. I mean, that's a top 2 tight end right there, and
he's cussing at Jimmy Graham while watching that game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I bet you he won't draft him next year. Why? He's not gonna draft Jimmy Graham because it cost him the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sure he was picked 1st round, 2nd round too.
Oh yeah, I'm positive. That's what I'm saying. He's probably gonna say, I'm not going tight end now. Forget that.
Yeah. Let's go to the next matchup. Jim versus Scott here. Slim versus P&P Daddios. Scott, another strong showing here. Going to the playoff. He was already locked into the playoff anyways.
Yeah, but he like you said, he came on strong that year. He won 4 in a row, and nice. I mean, these top guys, Wang and Scotty and Terry. I mean, they all have winning streaks going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all doing well right now.
Yep. And look at the what was that? Keenan Allen sighting, right? Good.
Yeah, finally he's come on the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Last 2 games he's done well.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's good right there. Alfred Morris with that quarterback situation. I don't know what the heck's going on with him. Darren Sproles, hit or miss every week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had Andrew Luck. I mean, Luck killed it. Yeah.
Luck is just amazing this season. Luck should go 1st round next year. I am sure of it.
Absolutely. I agree. I think he's deserved it, and he's at that tier now. I think he's crossed that tier.
Just consistently every week, just doing good,
Yeah.
Look at Roethlisberger for Jim. I mean, Jim's in the playoffs, so that's fine. Roddy White, old man Roddy White, nothing there.
I know. Well, and Roethlisberger had like 2 cheap touchdowns at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah. Garbage time,
That meant nothing. that meant nothing. And and two-point conversions as well. Like they meant nothing almost because they were gonna lose. Like you know what I mean? And because New Orleans had them shut out like the entire game, and he picked up these cheap touchdowns at the very end.
Garbage time. That's what we talked about.
Garbage time.
Yeah.
And then Antonio Brown. And then Antonio Brown, they both got garbage time stuff.
Yep. And my arch nemesis Scott, he's in the playoffs, so he's doing well. Let's go on to our next matchup. U versus Knoxville, and this is what put Knoxville into the playoffs. Well, part of it,
Yeah, it did. I texted Target. I was just playing around with him. I told him, I said, do you want me to sit Tannehill this week? Because, I see that you need a win. So I said, because I said Tannehill may need to rest up for my playoff run. So I asked him if he wanted me to sit him for this week. So he said, no, you should just go ahead and play him. He said, because he said Don still had a chance to win, so there's no reason to sit him. So.
Yeah, no. You don't want to sit because it causes other teams, But
oh yeah, definitely. I wasn't gonna sit him, but I was just playing around.
Yeah.
But he honestly goes, I think I already helped him by not playing a tight end. But I go, it wouldn't have mattered even if I put a tight end in there. I don't think they would have scored me 11 points anyway. So
yeah, no, there's no
me starting a tight end anyway wouldn't have mattered because there was I don't think there was any tight end this week on the waiver wire that scored 11 points, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, there was no way that I was going to actually be able to catch him anyway, unless Tannehill blew up Monday night, which he didn't. So.
Yep. I mean, look at Knoxville's running back, dude. McCoy is starting to show up. Le'Veon Bell blew up. 159 receiving yards, 95 rushing yards. Crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Le'Veon Bell. Old man Gates, he sometimes shows up,
He does.
What's up with Jonas Gray there? Looks like he got some carries or one carry. Is he still on the Bill Belichick shit list?
Apparently he's slightly out of it, but maybe he'll get 2 next week,
Yeah.
So he'll slowly work his way back up.
Yeah, don't be late to practice, guys. Come on. Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty much his career now. He's done. You know what I mean? Like... Because, the guy that got the touchdown, I mean, Blount had all the carries, but Bolden ended up getting the touchdown for New England in that game. So, but I think Gray's probably, I want to say he's done pretty much this season.
I mean, if Knoxville wants to go deep into the playoffs, I mean, McCoy needs to keep showing up, It could be because of the franchise is there, maybe different type, maybe run more.
Yeah, I mean, he's done well the last 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah,
so,
last 2-3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he needs. I mean, that's the whole point, right? McCoy was the #1 pick, and I think if he shows up, especially since he's got Le'Veon Bell as his other running back, I mean, I think he's got a decent team. You know what I mean? He's got a decent team put up as far as two good running backs.
Two good running backs. I mean, receiver-wise, he might be in trouble,
Yeah. Receivers aren't that good, but yeah, I mean, running back and quarterback, 2 running backs and a quarterback can carry you pretty far at least.
Yep. And look at your trade with Calvin Johnson is paying off for you.
It's paying off, but it didn't help me win, so I don't know if it would have paid me off that well.
Yeah, well, you can't blame him. You got to get your other guys.
And that was his one good week so far. I'm still waiting for him to blow up more than that.
Yeah.
That was the first week he did good for me. So
okay. True. After the trade, yeah.
Yeah, after the trade. I mean, I'm still kind of waiting to see him blow up a little more. So hopefully he'll help me in the playoffs. If he helps me win the whole thing, then I can accredit this trade. To getting him.
Well, let's go to the last matchup, a very important matchup was. Ving versus Terry here. Now, like we said last week, all Ving had to do was win, and he's in.
Oh, yes, too. Yeah.
Ving put up 121 points. Would probably be good any other week to beat up any other team, but he just ran into offense linebackers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, man, it's unfortunate, man. I mean, like I said, he put up good points, and, man, he still lost by 21 points. You know what I mean? Like, that hurts. I mean, all you got to do, you win, you're in, and that was pretty much he couldn't do. And like I said, this was Terry's biggest output of the year. Yeah. So, I think his other output previous was like 130. So it kind of sucks that this is the biggest blowout, biggest blow up for Terry. And Darky had to be Ving had to be on the other side of it. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it, and honestly, Terry's team. I mean, it doesn't look like it was a fluke last week. I mean, look at who he has. I mean, he can keep on putting up these points. I mean,
he can. But remember what I said about Antonio Brown. I think he had 2 garbage touchdowns.
Garbage.
As well. Garbage. And I mean, do you? I don't know if I expect Minnesota to score 26 every week.
No,
their defense
definitely not.
Because I mean, they had 2 block kicks, right? 2 block kicks for 2 touchdowns. You know, so he's got a decent team, but I'll go out and say actually to me, I think with Kaepernick as your quarterback, I don't think he's going to win. That's just my
quarterback.
opinion.
And it's funny because if you remember at the very start of the season, other teams wanted to trade for Kaepernick, for Terry. Terry sat on him, and I said, hey, look, I would just cut him. I said I would just cut Kaepernick because I hate the guy, right? Personal reason. But nope. Terry didn't listen to my advice. Kept him. And this is. This is what happens. No, Terry's team looks scary though. Seriously, even with Kaepernick, won 8 in a row. Put up big numbers these last 3 weeks. Terry put up big numbers.
Yeah, he did. He put up, I think, on average, is like 115, 120 a game. So that's pretty good. I mean,
these last three weeks.
And I don't know why he didn't plug in Fleener. Thomas pretty much wasn't going to play. I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to, so I don't know why he didn't plug in Fleener.
I think that announcement came like a Saturday or something.
I think it was a game time decision, but I still would have been like, I'm not going to chance that. I would start Fleener because Fleener had a early game. Thomas had the late game, but I would have played Fleener because Thomas was questionable. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm like, I want to go with the one that's going to play, so. I don't know, maybe he felt bad for Ving and didn't want to blow him out by like 40 points, 50 points,
Well, okay, let's take a look at the playoffs here. Let's go with the first matchup. Offense linebackers versus Knoxville. Who do you got in this first matchup? Who do you think?
I don't know. It's to me, I'm always like, can a guy really keep winning like that? You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of pressure. You see what I'm saying? I mean, he's won 8 in a row. He's 12-1. He lost 1 time in the season. I kind of wish he would have lost late in the season. To me, that's just my opinion. So I mean, honestly, I can honestly see him getting upset this week. Just my opinion, just because of that. I mean, it's hard, especially if McCoy shows up. You know what I mean? McCoy shows up, but McCoy does play Seattle. They play Seattle, so we'll see what McCoy does against Seattle. But it's gonna be that's a good matchup for 1-8.
All right. So is Terry on upset alert?
Oh yeah, I would be. I mean, like I said, it's too bad he didn't have a first round bye. I mean, that would have been so much better for him. You know what I mean? But he's got to, like I said, even from first, second place, you had to play first round, and you got to be careful, man. I think first seed and second seed. I mean, you can just get upset so easily just because it's possible. I mean, you just never know, especially when it comes down to the last few weeks of the season. You never know who's going to step up and who's going to be playing well and who's going to get hurt or whatever it is. Just no names start showing up now. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
I said, it's that streak. That streak scares me. I mean, winning 8 in a row, and can you really think he can win 4 more? You know what I mean? Or is it 3 more?
3 more.
To win the whole thing. So that's gonna be tough.
Hey,
I mean,
you never know. You're right. Knoxville can win it. It just his receivers is what concerns me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to your matchup. You versus Danny. What do you think? You think you have a favorable matchup here?
I'm projected higher. I think I have the highest projection this week of anybody, but and that's without a tight end still. Remember that. I don't have a tight end. I don't think I'm going to pick one up. I don't know yet because, like I said, last week, even if I had a tight end on the waiver wire, I think the highest scoring tight end on the waiver wire was like 10 points. Wouldn't have helped me win, so I don't even know if I want to get a tight end because to me, at this point, it's almost pointless to pick up a tight end. So, unless I really think the matchup's going to be that close, then maybe I'll pick one up. But I'm going to wait and see and maybe I'll pick him up late or something like that. But there's just no good tight ends out there. You know what I mean? It's
His,
not even worth it.
His defense, Houston, is going to play Jacksonville, so that's going to be interesting there. You know, but,
It is.
But then your
It is.
defense is playing Tennessee, you know, and we know what happened with
Yeah.
Tennessee this past weekend. So.
Oh yeah, and that's
So-
if I keep them. Because remember the Giants played Jacksonville, and then they were winning really nicely, and you know they came back and
Yeah.
winning that game. So
That was Jacksonville.
but that you know that wasn't the Giants' defense's fault. That was that was the Giants' offense giving the game away to the Jacksonville defense because they scored 2 touchdowns on defense. So that's the reason why the Giants lost this week. So. You know, and so the Giants' defense is pretty good. So I may end up keeping them against Tennessee anyway, you know, because it is Tennessee. So.
Yeah. All right. So you like your matchup, huh?
Oh yeah, I like it. I mean, even without the tight end, I mean, I'll see what I do with the tight end spot, but yeah, I like it. And, you know, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you now. I'm making a play for Manziel, Johnny Football. I think, you know, I may play him this week because he has a good matchup. So.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going to try to pick up this week, and then sit Tannehill. And if I get him, then that's who I'm going to play. If not, then I'll play Tannehill.
Yeah. Well, they're going to announce it tomorrow. Who's going to be starting? You know, for Cleveland.
Yeah, they will.
We'll see how it goes.
I'm just going to pick him up anyway and see precautionary.
Yeah. Hey, you got 4 moves, you know.
Yeah, I got 4 moves. Yeah.
Let's go to the next matchup. My arch nemesis Scott versus Oreos here. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win on this one?
You know, I'm probably going to pick Scott in this one. He's got the better quarterback. He's got Andrew Luck. You know, Luck's been killing it, you know, lately. Even though he's outdoors at Cleveland, I just think Luck would be the guy. And, you know, he's got good receivers. He's got a good running back. In Alfred Morris, I mean, he doesn't have 2 good running backs, but he's got good enough receivers to make up for not having 2 good running backs. So, yeah, I kind of like. I mean, Scott's not projected higher than Kevin, but I like where Kevin's at right now. So, I mean, where Scotty's at right now. So I think I can see him winning this one.
Yeah. I can too, but I hope he loses because of Scott.
Well, he might. Like Kevin's got 3 good running backs. You know what I mean? And that's usually what carries you in this league. You know, if you can have more running backs than anything. You know, but I just don't like. Yeah, we'll see how Cutler does. He does play Dallas, but I think it might be all about that quarterback position because I mean. If you have Cutler scoring 17 and Andrew Luck scoring 38 again, I mean, it's more likely that Scotty's going to win. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Let's go to the last matchup, the Wichita Bowl. You know, Hong and Jim here. What do you think?
Oh man, this is no question. It's like a rhetorical question, right? I mean, you're asking me a rhetorical. What do I think about this matchup? We know who's going to win this one, right? I mean, this is automatic.
Automatic.
I feel bad that Jim drew this as his first round matchup. You know what I mean? Because what do you do? I mean, at this point, I mean,
three wins in a row for Hong, finishing strong, right? You know, he can make it 3 more wins in a row. You know?
Oh, easily. I mean, easily. I say he's got the best team in fantasy. What he finished 2nd last year? Is that right?
Finished third last year.
Third, yeah. First time ever playing.
Ever playing fantasy football. I think he told me first time he even knew what football was.
There you go. I mean, he thought it was soccer this whole time. You know what I mean, right? He thought it was drafting. He tried to look for Beckham. He tried to, draft Beckham.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that can't be beginner's luck. That can't be. You know.
So so he's got to finish. You know, he finished 3rd last year. You know, so odds are he's going to either finish 2nd or 1st. He's got the best team in football, so he's got to finish 1st, right?
What do you know about Ellington? Is he out?
I heard he's got a severe hip corner. So in my odds of it, I think he's out. I don't think he's going to play. I'd be surprised. I mean, when you say severe, anything you say severe with an injury, I'm like, why even? I mean, the only reason why they would play him is they need to win. But the thing is, even if they do, it's like they're not really running the ball that much with him because Stanton sucks. You know what I mean? Like, even if they run the ball, they're just putting 8 in the box because Stanton is not going to kill you, as a quarterback. He's not Palmer. So I think that really hurt the team when Palmer went down. It hurt their running game. It hurt everything as far as their team. So I could see that team not even making the playoffs now, Arizona, so I don't. Yeah, that's unfortunate that Palmer went down with that injury, and I could really see their team tanking down now, just because of that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think honestly, in my eyes, like I said, severe means you're going to be out. But I don't know. We'll see if he plays. Hey, did you hear about that college player that's going to play with that ACL tear? That's even crazier.
Yeah, I forget which team that was.
He's the quarterback, right? At Clemson? Is it Clemson quarterback? Oh no. I can't remember what team now, but yeah, he's going to go out there with a Baylor. Is it Baylor?
No, that's not familiar.
No.
But yeah, I know he's talking about. But just he can't run the hurdles, or
that's what I mean. It's tough. I mean, that's an ACL tear. I mean, to me, I'm like, that's crazy.
Hey, what's his name? What's his name from Marshall? Way back when his offensive lineman had to carry him to the next line of scrimmage, right? Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah. Dude, that was crazy. Like,
so as long as you can throw, read the defense.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. So the lineman going to carry him every single play now.
Yeah. Of course he missed the next game because of that injury. But they won that game, which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah. And that was I watched that game. That game was crazy. Having him getting cheered everywhere, so
it's I mean, people play with injuries all the time, but announcing that, the defense will target that more.
Oh, absolutely.
But no, this is great. The playoffs are set this weekend, and good luck everybody. It should be interesting to see what happens. If there's our upset alert with offense linebackers, or I'm hoping Scott. And
those top seeds, man. Those top seeds could go down.
Exactly. So all right, everybody. Congrats on making the playoffs, everybody, and hit that waiver wire. And good luck this week, everybody.